I am here at Six Flags Magic Mountain, my first ever time here. Unfortunately, I only have a few hours because I have my actual job, that's done for the day. So wanted to make a couple hours stop here because I'm out here for work. Some of the rides aren't open, including X2 and Goliath, which both make me sad, but there's plenty of rides here I can't wait to do, including this monster behind me. I am so excited. And I'm gonna get to do my first ever RMC single rail at the park, and I'm not surprised. Lines are long, but kind of to be expected. So we'll see what rides I can get and what footage I can get. Kind of been meandering around throughout the park, walking from one side, trying to get a lay of it, just seeing what all the stuff is and see what's to do. And I was hoping by the time I got back here, Wonder Woman would open back up because it's temporarily closed. No such luck, still temporarily closed. Hopefully it opens back up at some point today so I can get to ride it. I also really want to ride it at night. But all of those things together means I'm just gonna keep going through the park and seeing which ride has the least crazy amount of weight, and I can go hop on it and get a good ride in. A couple rides today. Some Christmas theming along with it. Hey, Six Flags stepping up the theming department. So since this was a spur of the moment trip, I didn't have the chance to do my typical research that I would before coming to a new park. I knew what rides I wanted to do, but they had for the season pass, purchase 4 skip the line passes for like $45 or something like that. And I was like, well, why not? It's a one-time trip out here. So I was like, okay, let's add that. And I went to go use one at Twisted Colossus to find out you have to redeem them in the front of the park. And if you've been to Six Flags Magic Mountain, you know that that was unfortunate to hear. And if you haven't been to Six Flags Magic Mountain, it is a lot of walking to get back to the front of the park. The guy was apologetic, whatnot. It was my own fault, I didn't know it. But it would have been nice to have been alerted when I purchased it that, hey, redeem this in the front of the park. Now maybe I missed it, I'm gonna double check again, but we shall see. So back to the front of the park I go to redeem the pass because it's like a 2-hour wait for Twisted Colossus. And I already paid for it, so I don't wanna wait for 2 hours. Now I only have the 4 passes, so I was picking and choosing which ones I did, but yeah. So back to the front of the park we go. And this is a hilly park, so I'm gonna be tired. Well, a little bit of happy news for having to walk back to the park because I was just touring the park and walking from thing to thing. I made a left at the water fountain as I came in and went all the way up the hill, around. Plenty of footage I'll throw on top of this or around, so on and so forth, to get footage of the park, see what else is going on, and then got to Twisted Colossus. Well, this time I went the other direction, went left, and got to the water fountain much quicker, so much less walking, and I was far closer to the front of the park than I thought I was because I thought I was going to have to loop all the way around. But cutting through the kid zone definitely saved my legs and time. If you do buy a skip the line pass, well, the 4 of them along with your season pass, you can use them the day you come or spread them out throughout the year. With how busy it is, and obviously me not living here, I'm going to be using them today. But just make sure you stop at the Flash Pass kiosk, almost right by when you walk into the park. You basically go straight forward when you do the entrance. Just make sure, and then it's real simple. They add it real quick, they put it together, show you how to do it. Very friendly, super easy, they show you how to do, but it was unfortunate that I didn't realize that I had to stop in the front and it wasn't just like attached to your season pass like I assumed. And yeah, next time, ask the stupid question. Just ask it. It's okay that they think you're an idiot. You're never gonna see them again, and I should have just asked it and I would have saved myself a lot of walking and time. I have reserved my place in line with the skip the line passes. Skip the line, kind of inaccurate. I feel like it should be more of a reserve your place in line. Now it is a shorter wait. It's like the Flash Pass system. I'm guessing it's probably like the mid-tier one. I actually haven't used the Flash Pass, but depending on how tomorrow goes, that might change, but who knows. So I have a reservation for Tatsu and I have a reservation for Twisted Cyclone. They're about Tatsu's at just under an hour and Twisted Cyclone is just over an hour. Unfortunately, still not open. I really, really want to ride the single rail Wonder Woman. I have been so excited. We all know my obsession with Rocky Mountain Construction, and I can't wait. Now, I am gonna probably pass at least today with such limited time, and hopefully I get out tomorrow, but who knows? Depends on the work schedule. But I'm gonna pass at least today on Batman the Ride because, well, it's a clone. I know it's a good clone, but Six Flags Over Georgia, I've done it so many times. It's gonna probably be a pass for me. I've reached Tatsu. I have a couple minutes before my pass is ready, so figured do a quick little check-in. Now, this is a flying coaster, so hopefully it won't be an issue on my back, knock on wood. Well, catch a ride on it and then give a quick review, and then off to a coaster I'm really excited about. Now, I know it's a flying coaster, so it's going to take longer because of dispatch times and everything else, but wow, this line is moving at the speed of evolution. It is slow, like we've just gone through this little bit here, and we still have to go up the staircase. Like, yes, I get it, it takes time to put them in and do all that stuff, but wow, this is painfully slow. That was a fun B&M flying coaster. Like, I don't know what it's ranked at, so like overall and what people think of it, because I was just like, hey, it looks good. And it was a very fun ride. There's one part, as you see, where you end up pulling some nice G's going through. And it was a thoroughly enjoyable ride. I liked it. Definitely recommend for B&M flyers. And best of all, no back pain. So yay to that. Now off to Twisted Colossus. I am so excited for this ride. Oh, I cannot wait. The other thing that added to enjoyment of Tatsu was it being at night, obviously, because night coasters are just better than day coasters. It's a fact. But the thing about it was, you've got all the Christmas lights going on, and then you got the city lights on top of it. So coming through and seeing the lights and just the view and the ride and at night, it was a very, very good experience. And I'm enjoying the Christmas lights going on at Six Flags. They actually did a really good job with this area for Christmas. Beaming down, the lights. This is something that if I picked up and plopped in Dollywood would make complete sense. And I never thought I would say something about that of Six Flags theming before, especially in the Christmas time. Now, there's been a lot of pretty stuff around in the Christmas areas. Now, it's not to the extent of Dollywood or anything like that, but these are really well done and far exceeding my expectations of anything even connected to any type of theming or event of a Six Flags park. Up to the loading platform of Twisted Colossus, thanks to the little reservation pass. But I did see something interesting. Right before the entrance, like where the merge point is, so almost to the station, someone tried to like use a pass or something and didn't have it, and then walked up to someone in line who's been waiting through an hour and a half to 2 hour line and said, hey, can we get in front of you? And they let them. Why would you let someone ahead of you after you just waited almost 2 hours and let them try in front of everyone else? I do not understand. That is something I will never get. That would be like you took the test, studied hard, and then gave all the answers to someone else. Why? Just got off of Twisted Colossus. Very good, solid, fun ride. I didn't get to duel. There was a person who was unable to fit in the seat, so that put us behind, so we weren't able to duel. Unfortunate aspect of it. Saw that happen a couple times. That must be a frequent occurrence, especially with the fact that harnesses by RMC aren't exactly known as being forgiving, so that's got to play a factor in how often it duels. But it's definitely a very, very good ride. Not Lightning Rod, not Steel Vengeance, but better than Twisted Cyclone, and just a truly, truly great ride. I'm really excited to see what it's like when it actually duels, and hopefully I'll get to ride that again. Hopefully I'll get to duel, and obviously a night ride on an RMC is just something special. So instead of the like 7 stages of grief, I feel like I'm going through the 7 stages of trying to get this to be a race. We ended up not really dueling as much per se because the timing was slightly off, but we were close. So now it's try again, and hopefully we'll get at least one where it's fully dueling, and maybe both times will be dueling. We shall see. But the first time riding through, I was just trying to get used to it. The second time, even better. And the other thing about it, the dueling element does help. And what I didn't appreciate the first time as much that I did the second time is that second lap when you go over to the other side, because it's a really short ride but you get the double of it. I knew that, was expecting that, and the first time I was like, okay. The second time I just really appreciated it, especially because I had someone who hadn't ridden it before and was not a huge coaster junkie, so he was like, wait, we're riding again? And that just kind of gave an extra like fuel excitement to it, and it was fun. So let's go see if I can catch another ride on it. The stages of trying to get it to race continue. I could see it, but we weren't racing it. So we didn't get the whole dueling element, particularly with the stall and the 0G roll, depending on which way you're going. But I could see it. It was at the, it was going over, and we were near the top of the lift for the first run, and then the second run was nowhere close, so that wasn't happening. But I wanted to race. I want to have that experience, but 0 for 4 today.
This area is really well done for Christmas. I know I mentioned it before, but the first thought I had was this would fit perfectly in place at Dollywood for their Christmas time stuff. And when it comes to Christmas, saying you fit in with Dollywood, there's not much higher praise in the theme park world.
Well, that brings tonight to an end. I was going to try to get a ride in on Full Throttle, but with only about 10 minutes left before park closed, they had the line cut off early. I have thoughts on that, but I'll save that for the review on this, which you should like and subscribe. Definitely subscribe so you can get the content. I'm gonna have a review of the park. Didn't get to do a ton of the rides, one because obviously it was a little bit of a short trip later on in the day, but a lot of things were closed, either planned because of refurbishment, which I knew, or because it wasn't operating that day, Wonder Woman. So I still haven't gotten to do my first ever RMC single rail. That's a little sad, but hopefully I'll get to come back, get to do another one. There was the potential of me coming back. For you guys it would be in the past, but for me it'll be tomorrow. But with my schedule for work, I don't think that's gonna be the case. I don't think that's gonna open up enough to be able to do it. But make sure you hit the subscribe button so I can give you the review. And I'm gonna be doing in a few days, so on a few days on the channel, my first ever trip to Universal Studios Hollywood. I'm really excited for that, and I'm gonna do something special on that because it's a once in a very, I shouldn't say lifetime, but once infrequently in my first ever time, I decided to treat myself, because why not do something that's gonna be unique? I'm gonna do a VIP experience. So it's gonna be me and the VIP guide. We're gonna go through the entire park, we're gonna do things, and I'm gonna bring it and show, hey, what's it all about and how enjoyable it is. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.